Hello and welcome everyone to Cafe. I'm Crystal Candy.
And I'm Clarence Reynolds. Great to be back with you to share all of the fun and exciting events happening this week.
Well, I tell you what's happening, Point Orlando, and let's head over there now because if you haven't seen what JoJo's Shake Bar is all about, you're definitely going to want to visit, so take a look. When you look around in JoJo's Shake Bar, you're gonna smile everywhere you look because the nostalgia runs deep in here. And the food, the shakes, they are off the charts. And to tell us more about that is Jay Smith, who is the manager here at JoJo's Shake Bar. Now the shakes look incredible, but there's so much more than just shakes that you guys offer here.
Yes, definitely is. JoJo's Shake Bar is original diner classic. We are an 80s and 90s nostalgia twist to your American diner in a sense. And so we originated out in Chicago and we brought ourselves down here to Orlando where the 80s and 90s made a great culture here too. And you're gonna find that we provide a different variety of things here. We like to go over the top a little bit here at JoJo's, for sure. So we offer a wide range, not just our shakes, of course, our decadent desserts you have, but you're also gonna have some amazing homemade comfort foods. You're gonna have some great kind of diner classics like your New York style daily sandwiches. And then we put a JoJo's spin on everything, right? So we have a wonderful list of cocktails here, handcrafted cocktails, ranging from things like tricks are for kids, for mocktails, just for children. But of course, we want to cater to our adults to make sure we're enjoying ourselves. And so we offer some champagne sangria, things like that as well.
So the shake is really catching my eye. The cocktails, yes, as an adult, when you come in here in the evening, I'm sure you get a lot of people from the convention center as well.
Definitely.
Great to enjoy those. And the JoJo's spin, is it just all about fun? Because that's the vibe that I get when
It is,
you come
yes.
in.
I mean, it's right on our title, right? Shakes, fries, and damn good vibes. That's what we're all about. So we want you to come in and really have an immersive experience with us. And so we want you to definitely have a fun time, but we want you to interact, not just with the food, but also our cocktails, like our cotton candy here, our tricks are for kids, and even our cotton candy martini. You can dip it right in there, watch it disappear. People really love it.
Let's talk about what we have in front of us, which is just one of your signature shakes. How does JoJo's go about getting all of that into a single cup?
Well, you can thank our amazing pastry bar and our shake station for that. They spend many hours getting these lovely desserts and pastries together. And so here you actually have our pumpkin patch shake. Every now and then we like to do some seasonal items. And we range right now. We have our pumpkin patch coming up. We have our winter wonderland where we'll do some different items as well. This is gonna have a candy apple on top of it with a pumpkin pie. We put a toasted marshmallow. You got a toffee pretzel there filled with some graham cracker and some pumpkin spice, which everyone really loves too.
So what reaction do you get from people? I mean, from your signature cocktails to the shakes, this is such a different place, and it's hard to stand out in Orlando being the #1 destination, but in a few short months, you guys have done that.
Yes, we absolutely have, and honestly, a lot of that is really just due to that uniqueness and the 80s and 90s culture, right? 80s and 90s was about that funk, that vibe, that bright energy, and that's what we wanted to bring to the store and to our food. And so we kind of allow the food and our desserts to do just that on their own. And with that, like I said, that interactive experience, that immersiveness when you come in here, it's not just eating a simple sandwich, you know, it's not just taking a simple shake. We wanted to go over the top with it. And so that's what our guests really love. Usually you got that wow factor there involved, and a lot of our guests are really enjoy that.
And the food also looks incredible because this is not just a shake bar,
Yes.
you offer
We're
a
full
wide
service
variety.
restaurant. Yeah, exactly. And so many people don't really realize that. They'll see the shake bar on top, but we actually serve a wide range of food here as well, from suppers and sandwiches, entree options.
let's talk a little bit about our cocktails because you also offer mixology classes at certain times.
Yes, we
throughout the
do.
year.
Absolutely. Right now, we're offering a basic witchology where you can make some of our seasonal-based cocktails. But on a normal basis, on Mondays and throughout the month, they can come in and experience making some of our handcrafted cocktails right here as well. One of those would be like our Smoking Hot Blonde, actually in particular.
Oh.
And we dedicate this drink to our Smoking Hot Blonde of the 80s and 90s over there, the lovely Madonna, of course.
Madonna, of course. That is all the 80s and 90s.
Absolutely.
And today.
And today,
is
right?
Madonna.
She's relevant anytime. And so with that, what we wanted to do was kind of just take this really cool drink. It uses mezcal, so it has a nice little spice just like she does, right? And we put a nice cherry on there, and it comes with a cinnamon stick. And we call it our Smoking Hot Blonde because you can kind of take our flame here and we'll light it up. And then once you light it up here, what you want to do is just garnish this right on top of your drink. We're just going to sit it right there and just kind of let those aromas open up.
The energy inside of here, even though we haven't got a packed house just
yet, yeah.
The energy is here. What would you tell people if they haven't been to JoJo's as far as, what else to expect?
Yeah, I'm gonna say what you want to expect is really just having an overall good time with the family, with your friends. You're gonna come here, you're gonna love different things like our shot ski. You have our shot wheel where you can kind of it's like a Russian roulette in a sense. Sometimes people have no idea what they want to order. So you can come up, spin that wheel, it's gonna decide for you. It's super interactive. Of course, we have our arcade games, so we can't go without an 80s and 90s feel without having some Pac-Man in the room too. So it's very, very interactive. It's super fun and very memorable, which is what I love about it.
So what's it like to be here off of iDrive?
iDrive is very different. I think the great thing about being in this specific point is that it's bringing together the business aspect, but also that fun culture with all the theme parks here. And then of course we have Universal opening up very soon, and we plan on definitely evolving all those factors into the restaurant to give the guests the ultimate experience.
Have we tempted you yet?
Ooh, that looks good.
It is so good and so creative, and it's just a fun atmosphere to be in.
It's a really cool place, yeah.
You'll have to check it out.
The movie classics keep coming at the Winter Garden Theater, and this week's feature is Casablanca, starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. In this classic tale, Bogart plays a cynical expatriate cafe owner who struggles to decide whether or not to help his former lover and her husband, who's a fugitive, escape the Nazis. This movie shows on February 20th at 7 p.m. You can get tickets at the door or online at gardentheater.org.
If you're interested in learning about the early days of Orlando, check out Pine Castle Pioneer Days on February 24th and 25th. The city of Pine Castle was established in 1843. This annual family-oriented event promotes the living history of the Pine Castle area through demonstrations and other educational opportunities. Go to pinecastlepioneerdays.org for information.
The Lunar New Year is the most celebrated holiday in East Asia, and many Asian organizations in the U.S. hold large celebrations and parades to share in this spring festivity. Here in Orlando, Asia Trend is hosting the 12th annual Central Florida Dragon Parade on February 25th at 11 a.m. The parade route starts at the intersection of North Mills and Lake Highland and continues down Thornton Avenue. Go to centralfloridadragonparade.org for more details. And 2024 is the year of the dragon.
Ooh. Orlando Family Stage presents its first professional production of the new year with Giraffes Can't Dance. In this musical, Gerald the giraffe has a problem. All the other animals seem to know how to dance. The warthogs can waltz, the rhinos can rock and roll, and even the chimps can cha-cha. But Gerald thinks he can't dance. That is until he discovers that sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. The play runs until February 25th. Go to orlandofamilystage.com for tickets and showtimes. Well, we are here to talk all things science, and we've got our favorite science guy, Jeff Stanford from the Orlando Science Center. You guys always have a lot going on, and this spring is no exception. We're telling me about called Going Places.
Yes, what
Yes.
what we're opening, it opens late January. It'll open late January. It's going to be with us all spring until early May. Going Places looks at the technology of transportation. It is geared toward families and kids, but it explores planes, trains, and automobiles. Basically, the science over the last century. The transportation has been transformed with technology. How we can travel the globe in a day. And so it looks at that technology, and it looks at the technology that makes that possible. We look at GPS, we look at satellite tracking, air traffic control, all the technology that moves people all around the globe, and doing that in some very fun hands-on interactives. This exhibit is sponsored locally by Orlando Health and Brightline.
Oh, fantastic.
And so we're thrilled to have them together. It was an exhibit developed by an amazing group called SciTech, which is out of Australia, and is brought to us through a group called Imagine, who has done some really amazing exhibits for us, and it'll be here for a limited time, and that's not the only cool exhibit coming this spring.
Well, I'm glad that you brought that up, because we have been sort of peeking over the walls in the Science Center, because we know you have been embarking on one of the most impressive exhibits ever, the Life exhibit. So what can you tell the folks at home about when that's going to
We're
open?
very excited. Life is coming to Orlando Science Center, and this is a project that's been 2 years in the making and over a decade in the planning. This is a reimagining of our nature exhibit. This is an all-new exhibit on nature and conservation, focusing on 3 immersive habitats: a swamp, a rainforest, and an ocean environment. It's been made possible through the generous support of our presenting sponsor, Dr. Sarah Layton, who provided the largest individual gift we've ever had in the Science Center history, but also made possible through Orange County. We are a benefit of the tourist development tax funds that are helping make this possible. So Life would not be possible without Orange County. And it is going to be an amazing thing, just unlike anything you've ever seen at the Science Center. The largest exhibit we've ever built in our history. It will be about twice the size of the old nature exhibit that we had, and it will feature 300 different animals on display.
So
And yes, just amazing stuff.
Life is all about experiencing our planet through the eyes of the habitats of these 300 animals that you're just
Very
mentioning.
much so. We feel that the Science Center is a place full of experiences,
Yes.
and everybody loves animals. So let's tell the story of our planet through the animals that call it home. And also, we want you to have these incredible, intimate experiences so that you come back and realize your place on this planet and your role in conservation. And what's really cool about this setup, Crystal, is the environments are such. These are not animals in very restrictive habitats. You're going to be in the rainforest, and you'll see a sloth in the tree above you, and you'll see tamarins jumping from tree to tree, and birds nesting in these trees. It's a very open environment. You will be as close to them as you can be in an environment like ours.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be very cool.
You really teased us here.
Oh, you just need to check it out. It's going to be unlike anything you've experienced at the Science Center before, and maybe unlike anything you've experienced in any zoo, aquarium, museum environment. We're very excited about it.
Wow, I'm excited too. Now that's at some point TBD opening
Yes,
this spring.
It's currently under construction. Like I said, it's been under construction for about the last 2 years. We're nearing completion, putting some finishing touches on it, curating our animal collection, and it will open in spring of 2024, a big premiere date to be determined.
And real quick, before we let you go, we want to mention another big event, which is a total solar eclipse that we are going to be experiencing. We enjoyed the annular eclipse last fall, but what
Yeah.
can people expect if they want to come experience that at the
Yes,
Science
we
Center?
have had such a great opportunity last year with the annular eclipse, and now this year with the total eclipse. You know, these things sometimes only come along once in a generation.
Yes.
So we've been really fortunate to have these kind of phenomenon happening 6 months apart. April 8th, there will be a total solar eclipse. Now, Florida is not in the direct path of the total eclipse.
Right.
So we will not experience a total eclipse here in Florida. We'll experience a partial eclipse, but the viewing is still going to be phenomenal, and we'll have opportunities. We'll have eclipse viewing available throughout the Science Center. We'll be doing activities so you can better understand what the eclipse is. We'll have some experts on board. We'll be streaming images from the path for people to see, but also streaming from our telescope itself with some cool solar filters, thanks to the support of our friends here at Orange TV. So a really great exploration on April 8th to come down and better understand the eclipse, better understand our place in the universe. It will be a spectacular time.
I tell you what, every time I talk to you and every time we work with the Orlando Science Center, there is something that makes you realize how special it is that we are on this planet and sparking that curiosity. So thank you, Jeff Stanford, for being with us today. And if you want to check out everything that the Orlando Science Center has going on, you can go to osc.org for all the information. Thank you again.
Thank you.
The sights, the sounds, and the aromas of the Central Florida Fair are back for another year of fun. Along with all of the food and festivities, this year's fair will feature a canine frisbee dog exhibition, a BMX stunt show, a haunted house, and Micromania wrestling. And that's just the opening night. It all takes place at the Central Florida Fairgrounds from February 29th through March 10th, and you can get full details at centralfloridafair.com.
Wow, oh wow, that is just the opening night?
Opening night.
Okay, that is gonna be a wild time.
You got a lot of stuff going on. And of course, you know, the fried thing du jour will
The
offer.
fair food, you can never go
Of
wrong
course, right.
with fair food.
Funnel cakes and you know, fried everything, so.
Oh, that wraps up this week of events. If you have one that you'd like to share with us for next month, send us an email at cafe@ocfl.net. I'm Crystal Candy.
And I'm Clarence Reynolds. Remember to join us next week to see what's new and exciting happening in your community.